And we're back with another episode of Let's Play King's Quest IV, The Perils of Rosella. I'm your RPG guy. So we finally are leaving Loloto, and we now must find the unicorn, which is easier said than done. What's this? Bad bird. Scram. You see a fat worm wiggling on the ground. Yeah. We will take that. And so going forward here, we now have to, in a sense, get her a freaking unicorn.
I want a unicorn. I want a castle. I want to be a princess.
I'm a terrible human being. All right, so we've seen this unicorning it up, but now we kind of got to make this unicorn, for lack of a better term, work for us. Oh, there you be, unicorn. Hiya! You aim one of Cupid's golden arrows towards the beautiful unicorn. You let go of the bowstring and sing bullseye. The magnificent unicorn is no longer afraid of you. It's now your friend. Oh, we made friend. All right. So now the horse is usually going to stay in that one spot going forward. So when we need to find the unicorn, we now know where that unicorn will be. But like in King's Quest II, we need an apparatus, pretty much a bridle, in order to ride said unicorn. And thus, we still have some more exploring and other things we can do. And as I said, now that we have various items, we want to force certain events to happen so we can exploit them and get free goodies that we need, that we can use right away, so it's less work for what we got to do later. So I'm trying to force an event here, and it's just not really seeming to happen. There we go. Whoa. Okay. You say hello to the minstrel, who looks at you in surprise. Well, well, who do we have here? He asks. You introduce yourself as Rosella. Hello, Rosella. The minstrel says, let me play for you one of my favorite tunes. And he begins to play an old ballad. Unfortunately, it appears that his musical skills are quite limited, as he plunks and pings his way through an otherwise beautiful song. Yeah, he's terrible. Here you go, buddy. You hand the Shakespeare book to the minstrel. Curiously, he opens it and begins to read aloud, first hesitantly, then with increased forcefulness as he begins to get into it. Suddenly, he stops and looks at you. This is wonderful, he exclaims. This gives me a new lease on life. No longer am I a mere minstrel. Now I will become a famous actor. To be, or not to be. Okay, how's that? He then gives you his loot, bids you farewell, and wanders off to stardom. And he will then become forgotten actor Pauly Shore. Alright, so we now have a loot for our trouble that we can now pretty much transfer to another individual who's not far from here. We just gotta make sure he shows up. It's strange how these things are so close together. A beautiful green meadow dotted with wildflowers serves as the fisherman's spacious backyard. The flower's sweet scent fills the air. You see a lively creature who is, at the same time, both man and goat. He is a satyr, and his name is Pan. He seems to be greatly enjoying his flute music. Well, guess what? We're going to play with him. We're going to rock out. And thus, tenacious Odie is formed. And then we give it to him. Pan gratefully accepts your gift of the lute. And in return, he gives you his flute. Happy now, he dances away with it. Listen to him rocking out on it, yo. Alright. So now let's go ahead and let's move along the pier here. You say a few words to the old fisherman. However, he must have other things on his mind, as he seems to ignore you. Well, that's no fun. Don't ignore me, fool. Oh, he's getting up, and he's on the move. Biggest Dickus is on the move. Well, with that said, we're going to follow him. Whoop! Ah! Whoopsies! You talk to the grizzled fisherman as he sits at the table. Sighing, he tells you, "Them fish ain't to be biting lately. If that things don't get better soon, I don't know what I'd do." You say hello to the poor woman. With little patience, she responds, "What are you doing in here, young lady? Can't you see I'm busy? I have enough problems without worrying about you." In reply, the old fisherman comments, "Me and the wife ain't getting any younger, and times are tough. If you got any ideas, girlie, let me know." Well, it pretty much means he needs... "You got any change?" Here's some change. You offer the pouch of diamonds to the fisherman, who takes it gladly. Wife, give the girl me fishing pole in trade," he tells his tired wife. Obediently, she retrieves the pole and hands it to you. "Thank you very much. Thank you very much," she says, smiling. "You have certainly helped us." All right, and that gives us a fishing pole. Let's take our shot with it, shall we? So before we do anything, let's take this worm, add it to our fishing pole. Scrunching up your delicate nose, you gingerly bait the hook of the fishing pole with the large earthworm. All right, let's start making our way kind of across here. And let's do some fishing. Eagerly from this end of the pier, you fling the baited line of the fishing pole into the ocean. The fish don't seem to be biting. Don't worry, we keep trying. Until we get a positive result. Almost immediately, you feel a sharp tug on the line. Something pulls and fights your line as you slowly reel it in. There it is. You've caught yourself a fine, fat fish. Sweet. So now we have Darfish. Let's go ahead now, and we're going to make a special kind of save here. Different from the save we made earlier. We'll just call this save 1. And the reason is because we are now going to participate in activities that are based on RNG. One of them is could run into a shark, and that shark could destroy us. And that, if you don't save, that's an immediate game over. Whale. Now, we can't do anything with regards to the whale right now, but we will do something soon. So here we are on an island here. This island is very important late in the game, but right now we are here because we need to find... We saw a peacock, but specifically, we're looking for a very specific item that is dropped by these peacocks. And we just pretty much wander the perimeter of this beautiful, beautiful island, which reminds me a lot of Queen, Minnie's castle in Dragon Quest VIII. And there it is. You see sparkling sand. You see a sparkling sand beach of an exotic island. Before you, in the center of the island, a wonderful ivory palace rises. A lovely gold garden surrounds the palace, and then you see a beautiful peacock feather lying upon the beach. These, I think, these spawn in random places, so you just kind of have to wander the island until you find one. I don't think I've ever played that. Of all the times I've played this game, even in the text version, specifically the text version, because that's the one I've played the most. If you wander the island, you'll eventually find it. Alright, so we're going to head back to the northern beach area, northeastern beach. What we want to do is, again, make another save before we traverse any further out. We'll use our save one slot. And thus we go. Because, yeah, a series of events are going to happen that... It's kind of like I said about earlier, RNG is a big feature in what happens. So, we were fortunate the first time we crossed this area because a whale showed up, but we didn't have everything ready to deal with the whale. Now we kind of want the whale in turn to show up this time. And sometimes, like I said, a shark will appear, and the shark moves faster than you can swim, so if the shark gets you, it's game over. So, hence why we're, you know, not wandering too many different screens. We'll just do it here. And it can take a while, so don't be too impatient. But it will show up. You can see I'm making sure to touch land because Rosella can get tired from swimming. And I don't want to accidentally drown because she gets too tired to swim. Even though it takes about 3 or 4 screens. 3 screens, I think, of swimming tires her out, but I'd rather just be sure she's not tired. Strangely enough, we've not run into a shark either, so the RNG is not even giving us the shark. Which is mildly concerning. Let's see. Oh, there's the shark. Oh god. Oh god, go, Rosella, go! Sharks prefer blondes. Why? They taste so sweet. Oh, no, he's gonna get us that time. That's good. This will reset the RNG, I would think. Okay, and you can see this game actually includes autosaves. This version of the game. So that's, again, another mechanic that some of you who are looking for a more comparable version of the game of King's Quest IV, you might enjoy that feature. And yes, they're doing a parody of the Jaws music, for anybody that can hear that. It's very soft, even if you jack the volume all the way up, it's kind of hard to hear it. Well, at least the shark's appearing to us. Oh, god damn it. Let's just go over here really quick. The whale shows up within about 2 seconds of entering the screen. That's why I'm surprised we're struggling to get him to spawn. Usually he spawns by now, but we're getting a lot of shark spawns. So that might be relevant as to why. Oh no. Okay, this fail whale is failing pretty hard on us. Like I said, this could take several attempts here. We might go over on this episode just because this is taking longer than it really should. There we go. And we want to make sure... Yeah, we're good with goodies. That's a Davy Jones song from Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, you know... Evo. Horrors, you've been swallowed by a huge whale. Phew, this place stinks. Alright, so really quick, before we do anything, let's go ahead and come over here and grab the bottle. Let's take that bottle, get the little letter out. Let's take a look. There seems to be writing on the note. The note reads, "Thank you for playing King Quest IV Retold. Support indie game developers. We have no idea what any of this means, but at least it's not one of those shameless Sierra plugs." Oh, boy. You guys remember those? Yeah, so clearly they put some extra little text in there, did they not? All right. Now we want to use our little save slot here because there is a time limit for us to get through this area here. And it's easier said than done, but as you can see, we got right on up there. It is tricky. Yes, that's a big uvula, all right. The whale's teeth are enormous. The seawater floats in the whale's stomach. This is the biggest tongue you've ever seen. It's also extremely slippery, slimy, and bumpy. Yeah. Yuck. All right, so you can see we got up to the top of the tongue here. Coochie coochie coo. Coochie coochie coo. You frantically tickle the throat of the whale with the big peacock feather. You begin to feel a quiver under your feet, which quickly turns into a mighty tremble. Suddenly, you hear a thunderous "Achoo!" and you are swept out of the whale's mouth in a tremendous wave of ocean water. Oh, God. Again, you find yourself swimming in the ocean. So many of you might be, what was the point of that? Well, that was to get the bottle. All right. Oh. Well, we're on an island. Looks as if many an unlucky sailor has been stranded here. You notice a glint coming from inside the boat. Let's go check that out. You look on the ground inside the wrecked boat. What is this? Why, it's a golden bridle. You pick it up and carry it with you. Let's take a look at this guy. A golden bridle. How could such a splendid item possibly end up on a desolate place like this? In all likelihood, one of the wrecked ships found on a remote island had been used to transport treasure before falling victim to a forgotten storm. Ooh, let's grab this fish. Offer it to this pelican. You throw the stinky dead fish to the pelican. Greedily, he catches it in his large bill. As he does, you notice something shiny fall from his bill onto the ground. Ooh. Well, let's go get it. Nice. And then let's go ahead and use this little, looks like a whistle, right? The pelican has likely found the silver whistle amongst the debris. What is this? You put the shiny silver whistle to your lips and forcefully blow it out, producing a loud tweet. To your astonishment, a friendly dolphin appears just offshore and jabbers excitedly at you. Let's see if we can use this dolphin to our benefit as away we go. Over the seas, let's go, man. We're shoving right off again. Acres away we go, acres away, unto yo pirate's life for me. And that is the only way I believe we can get back to shore. But we did make it back, and again, that's what's important. Let's go ahead. And let's go back to our unicorn friend. Which we got to do a little bit of walking to get there, but now we have the means to appease freaking Lalotte and her bafflednessly crazy behavior of wanting things, I guess. What else is there, really? All right. So we take the long, lonely trek. Okay, I think I made a loop somehow. There we go. Alright, let's go this way, and then, of course, we've already used the bow. So let's use this bridle. As the beautiful unicorn offers no resistance, you gently place the golden bit into its mouth, then fit the bridle and reins over its majestic head. The unicorn looks at you with curiosity. Let's ride this thing. You nimbly mount the magnificent unicorn, grab the golden reins, and set off towards Lilot's castle. Lilot, Leotielolot, Lilololololot. So thus we have our valiant steed, valiant, whatever. Ride, horse, ride. You have to remember back in the day, seeing this kind of animation in a game was always a good sight. Do 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 do. The faster than I could read that, huh? My hands aren't even on the mouse right now, by the way. And thus, the flying Howie Mandels have captured us yet again. Guess they don't trust us to just ride the horse up there. The unicorn up there. So, Lilot says, I hear you were a good girl and brought me a unicorn. I'm almost convinced that you might be innocent after all, but she clears her throat. Not quite. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good, you think. Lilot continues, I am desirous of the hen that lays the golden eggs. Currently, the hen is kept by the ogre and his wife. Bring me the hen, and you shall have your freedom and a great reward. Take her away, Lilot orders the goons. Great. Okay, so now we gotta deal with an ogre. A group of ogres. Luckily, this is one of the quicker little tasks she will send us to do, so we may as well do it. And we're gonna use our little save slot just to help us with this endeavor. Just because it's a very situational thing. We can only enter the domain of the ogres under certain conditions, which we can't do when there's an ogre nearby. So whenever an ogre enters the screen, we can't do anything. So there's an ogre coming there. And actually, let's get our bone out and have that ready. So this is the thing where it's like it's a timed event. You have to react and respond in a certain way. Okay, I think we're good. Let's save. We make our way to the house. Now there's a chance that this could backfire. You notice I'm keeping the cursor. Uh-oh. Watch out, a very unfriendly bulldog rushes towards you. Bad dog! Quickly, you toss the bone to the big dog, who catches it in midair. Happy with his surprise gift, he takes it to his favorite rug, lies down, and begins to gnaw at it. He seems to have completely forgotten you. That's a good boy. Yes, you just wanted some bone and love. That's all he ever wanted was his scritches under the ears, and on his neck, and then pets on his back, and a little bone to gnaw on. Nom 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 nom. Sorry, I have a really soft spot for dogs. I really do. Alright, so we know that the hen is here in this ogre's domain, but we don't know anything about how to necessarily get to it right away. But what we gotta do, and we have to do it rather quickly. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Is wait in here. And literally that's the gist of the game. We just kind of wait. We want to have our eye option ready because we can peep through the hole. And again, if you take too long inside the house, the ogres return, and you're gonna have a very bad. If this was real life, you would be having a really bad day. Have a really bad ogre holiday. But alas, we wait. I'm pretty sure the game tells us when we should bother looking, but I'm just doing it out of, out of habit. The ogre is coming. Okay, so that's how you know that they're on their way. Let's keep the axe at the ready. No, we're not killing an ogre. It'd be pretty cool, but the King's Quest games tend to not do much in the realm of violence. The killing of the wolves in King's Quest 2 is like and the killing of the werewolf in King's Quest 2 is pretty much like a big kind of thing. And there he is. The ogre roars, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of a..." "Quiet your goat," interrupts the ogress. "That's just a deer you smell. You know how you get when you're hungry. Here, eat." "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell..." Oh god, just the terrible jokes are going through my mind. "Wife," shouts the ogre, "bring me my hen." "Lay," orders the ogre. With excitement, you watch the hen lay a golden egg, which the ogre takes. He yawns and falls asleep on the table. Soon, his snoring rattles the walls. Get it? The goose that lays the golden egg, or the hen, the chicken that lays the golden egg. All right, we have to make a little mini save, and through the door we go. And of course, we're going to grab us that chicken. Freaking close do I have to get? And then we got to make kind of a break for it. So now we open the door. Squawk, squawk. Uh-oh, the hen has woken the ogre. Keep moving. We got to head over this way. We have our axe ready for a very specific reason. And we swing the axe, which should intimidate these trees to prevent them from attacking us. Okay, so let's go. As we will head this way, and then we will head this way. And strangely enough, we have the goose, or the chicken that lays the golden egg. The magic hen seems to be glad to finally escape the ogres. Oh. The ogre's axe is heavy sharp and looks very menacing. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back up the mountain path, where we will, of course, be confronted by the Howie Mandel guards. Oh look, Lilot's goons. And here they come. And there we go. I know, it's so intense, isn't it? "What a good girl you are," Lilot gushes. "I really ought to give you your reward right now." She pauses, and you wonder what she's up to. Lilot goes on to say, "But I have just the tiniest bit of doubt left. If you do just one more thing for me, I'll be completely convinced of your innocence, and you receive a wonderful reward." Somehow you don't quite believe her. "I want to have Pandora's box. It is said that whoever owns it would be in possession of the purest evil." Lilith's red eyes glow as she exclaims, "With the power and evil of Pandora's box, I would be unstoppable." Your terror returns as you realize what an evil being Lilith really is. You wonder if you should be helping her in this way, but what can you do about it? Nothing right now. You don't know the whereabouts of Pandora's box, Lilith tells you. I don't know the whereabouts of Pandora's box, Lilith tells you. You must search for yourself. Again, she orders her henchmen to take her away. Great. This sounds like a wonderful family affair. So, not just did we give her 2 of the treasures that she wants, she's now sending us to get a 3rd one. It's we gave her a unicorn with a golden bridle. We gave her the frickin' chicken that lays gold, or the chicken that lays golden eggs, almost getting killed by an ogre in the process. What more could this psycho bitch want? But with that said, this is a great place for us to stop right now. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DirectRStudios for more live gaming action. Because when we come back, getting Pandora's box isn't going to be as simple as it was to deal with the unicorn, and as simple as it was definitely to deal with the ogre. This task is going to require quite a bit more effort on our end to really get it done. So with that said, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.